this is Lisa from Life and Layouts. Thanks for joining me for another pass holder pocket page series. Today we are focusing on the flower and garden from Epcot last year. So I've already added the photos that we took at the entrance of Epcot, and then I'm going to add this flower and garden guide map using the flip flaps from Close to My Heart. So this is a 4x12, perfect size for adding those guide maps as well as adding a 3x4 at the bottom. So I'm going through my cards now, and I have two sets of cards that I use. One set is where it's double-sided, so I always try to figure out how I can use both sides to save on my supplies. And then there are others that are single-sided, and those came from the paper pads that were at Hobby Lobby. And I try to use those when I have a picture on the other side so that I'm not wasting a pretty side of the paper. So I pull out all of my embellishments, and then I realized that I needed to narrow those down a little bit because I had way too many to choose from. So I picked out a select few that I thought might work, and I am adding this Believe in the gold using my fine line bottle to the stripes. And then I'm trying to figure out what to do with that polka dot, and it isn't working for me. So I try to use the other polka dot, the cream colored with the little black polka dots and the big different colored polka dots, but that didn't work either. So now I'm going through the paper pad, and the paper pad, like I said, is single-sided, and I found this sheet that when I cut it 6 by 6 inches, so it's now 6 by 12, I can get 3 4x6s out of it. So I love that because it's like a simple wood grain, and that's perfect for just embellishing up what I need to. I really wanted to use that cloud with the sun and the heart. I love when the embellishments come already together and you can just stick them on and you don't have to fuss a lot with them, and you already have your cluster embellishments. So I add that to the top right hand side of that 4x6, and then to the bottom I have a little bingo card that says fun and a little ticket that says admit one. And I'm working on both of these together, trying to figure out what would look good with both of these. Even though they're not going to sit next to each other in the pocket page, I want to make sure that they look cohesive. So I'm just inking up all of the edges of these pieces that I'm adding down. And so let me tell you, while I'm doing that, I love the flower and garden at Epcot. It's so beautiful. They have such different things there every year. A lot of the things are the same, but they have all of these amazing flowers and bushes, I guess is what you would call them, but they are cut out in the different characters. So one of my favorite ones to see is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, because it really is, it looks just like Snow White cut out of hedges, and then each one of the Seven Dwarfs. It's really awesome. So I'm really sorry about the lighting. There is a very short time during the day that the sun shines directly into my scrapbook room, and if I don't have the blinds all the way closed, you can see just a little bit of it on there on the far right hand side of the photo, that it makes everything else in the room dark. Even though I have my lights on, the camera just focuses on that bright space area in the table, so that from the outside light. But it's only a few minutes that this is like this. So I add those 3 big circles. I really liked those circles. Like I said, I wanted to use it for the 4x6 card. It just didn't work out, so I wanted to add it over to the the 3x4 card. So now I turn the 3x4 card over, and so this is going to be on the inside of the flip flap. And what I've done is I just pulled up the Disney website and searched for the Flower and Garden in 2017 and just added some information in regards to what was there and what had changed, what had not changed, what had been there before. So it was just a brief description of the Flower and Garden. So this was the first year, in 2017 was the first year that Figment came out. So that was really awesome to see. I'm glad that we were able to get that picture as well. And now I'm just adding, I'm trying to add some type of gold foil to the 4x6 card since I have it on the 3x4 card, and I want to make that cohesiveness between the two cards. So I find this gold foil Epic and add that just up there to the top. And then I am going to add it to the pocket page. And I am so sorry that it's off camera a little bit. I do zoom out eventually. Right now what I'm doing is I am adding a small little brad. So I used my Tim Holtz paper piercer, pierced a little hole, and then I added this brad to it. And then I cut off most of it, so it's just a little tiny piece of the brad left. And the reason I use the brad here is that it's going to keep that 3x4 card in place so that when you do pull out, if anyone ever pulls out the guide map, that card's not going to come with it. So this is, the flip flaps are super easy to use. You just peel off that white backing and then you add it to your layouts. If I'm adding it to the edge, I like to fold it over, because if not, then you have the strip coming on the other side and it just is weird looking that way. So now what I'm doing is I'm trying to find something to cover up the brad, the ends of the brad, because I don't want that showing. So what I end up using is just a piece of fun foam and a little adhesive from my fine line bottle, and just adding this little circle, or this gold circle with, I believe, a star on it. And that's it. This layout came together so quickly, and I am loving all of these pocket pages that I'm getting done for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more of my pocket page series from Disney, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a scrappy day.